I have way too much physical media to showcase for y'all today, so I just want to dive right into it. Happy New Year, by the way. I know 2025 is off to a really rocky start. Not great, I know, but we're going to talk about movies. Keep things a little bit lighter, you know? Sit back and relax and grab your favorite snack, a beverage, and let's talk all things movies and TV shows that I want to showcase for y'all. Alrighty, let's start off with the DVDs. First up, got a childhood classic, Casper Meets Wendy. I have no idea if this aged well at all or not. It's been many years since I've seen it, but I remember enjoying it quite a bit on VHS back in the day. So, hope it's still good. Another one from childhood. Oh boy, yeah, this is a interesting one. I have not seen this in many years, but I remember some random bits to it in the back of my mind sometimes, and I remember it being ridiculous. The Matrix cow, the beaver nunchucks. Oh man, I can't wait to revisit this one. I'm hoping it really is as funny as I remember this. And next up, we got a couple blind buys. I've heard many good things about this one, 2046. I'm not really sure what else to say other than it seems interesting. It looks visually interesting, and I hope it's a good movie. Next up is Idiocracy. I've heard many great things about this one. The fact that it's kind of mimicking our lives a little too well these days, it should be an interesting watch. Next up is one of my favorite underrated series out there, and that is Out of Practice. Not the best cover. This is a on-demand title that I got from Amazon. But this show has a fun enough premise where this guy right here, he's a therapist, but the rest of his family are doctors. As you can see, it has a very great cast to it. It's just a classic family dysfunction type of show. It's very witty. It's very dry. From the mid-2000s, I'd say, out of all those various sitcoms that sadly didn't go very far, this is one of the ones I'm easily the most disappointed that it didn't get another season. As I continue my search for all the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia seasons so far, this is a nice addition right here. I got seasons 1 and 2 on DVD, and it's in the nice box set. I like these older box sets compared to just the simple case that's out there. Little by little, I'll keep collecting more It's Always Sunny DVD sets. Next up is another underrated series that I didn't even get to finish, to be honest, and it only lasted 2 seasons. And that is Kidding with Jim Carrey, and it was I think co-created by created by Michel Gondry. So both of them teaming up together since the Eternal Sunshine film. I remember it being very good. Jim Carrey basically is a Mr. Rogers-esque type person doing a show with puppets and little things, as you can see here. But he has a tragedy in his life, and things kind of spiral, and he's trying to keep it together to be kind in a world where tragedy and trauma very much exist and affect your life. It was a very interesting show, very good comedy drama, and I definitely look forward to revisiting this one as well as finding the second and final season. Next up, we got season 1, volume 1 of the Looney Tunes show. I heard they took this show off specifically recently off of Max. That's insane. And I feel like this show is getting a little bit more of a following these days. And I really enjoyed it when it was airing here or there. And I never got to watch the show in its entirety. To be honest, I really don't know how many volumes there were. But, well, figured might as well start with volume 1. So I look forward to revisiting this one as well. And it's a bummer that, once again, streaming services suck and they're just pulling shows left and right. Especially good ones like this. And we got a couple stand-up specials. We got Bo Burnham's first major special, Words, Words, Words. And the last of the DVDs, we got Dana Carvey, Squatting Monkeys, Tell No Lies. That is a whacked out title, but it's a lot of fun. This is easily in like my top 5 stand-up specials of all time. And some of his jokes are really over the top in this one. And yeah, some of them are definitely dated. This is from 2008, if I'm not mistaken. But my brother and I quote it a lot. There's a lot of funny bits to it, and if you're a fan of voice acting and impressions, that's why you see specials from Dana Carvey. So happy to finally add this one back to my collection. Diving in right into the Blu-rays, we got the entire Harry Potter series. This, if you've watched my previous video, yeah, I was supposed to receive these, and I ended up getting a full DVD set. But I'm so happy to finally own these. It's been a very long time since I've revisited the Harry Potter series. It's a franchise that I grew up with, but I will admit I've never read the books. I've I just have the movie experience of them growing up, watching them in theaters, being caught up in the hype as a kid, just seeing these characters grow up. I grew up along with them. It's such a weird experience looking back at it, but I remember seeing every single film in theaters. It was a huge phenomenon, and it's still of course such a huge staple in pop culture. And I know there's a lot of controversy behind the scenes these days, and they're also going to try to remake it into a show, which I find very stupid, but that's just me. I'm perfectly happy with the series of movies that I grew up with here, and I look forward to finally now that I have the actual copies that I ordered, that I can finally watch these and marathon through them when I get the chance. All right, next up we have The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. Famously Heath Ledger's last film, and it was just one of those movies that no one knew how it was going to turn out, mainly because, of course, he passed away before it was completed. So you had Johnny Depp, Colin Farrell, and Jude Law insert themselves essentially as different versions of Heath Ledger's character to make this film happen and work. And I remember it was interesting when I watched it, and I have not seen it in quite some time. But I just remember a lot of visuals were really cool in regards to this film. So I look forward to revisiting this one. I remember seeing 21 with a bunch of my friends in college, and a couple of those acquaintances at the time were very into poker and shit. So it was really interesting to see their perspective of like counting cards and all that stuff, because they knew about that kind of stuff. They were very, very into that kind of stuff back in the day. And I personally didn't give a shit. I was just like, I just want to see a good movie. And yeah, it was very cool, very slick and stylish, you know. And yeah, of course, we know how, well, it makes sense why Kevin Spacey played a bunch of villains for a long time, because we know, yeah, not the greatest person in real life. This film, I remember it being a really solid drama thriller type flick. So I'm hoping it's still good. I don't know. Another one I hope to revisit pretty soon. Next up, found this brand new and sealed movie that my brother always recommended to me over the years, Gangs of New York. But it has a really great cast, and I look forward to checking this one out. Next up, we have Easy A. This movie is just so damn witty and charming, and it's just a good movie. It's just an all-around solid teen comedy, and I'm kind of surprised it has not really gotten a larger following compared to something like Mean Girls or Superbad. Next up, we got Celebrating Mickey, some really, really cool Mickey Mouse shorts. A buddy of mine gifted this to me during Christmas, and yeah, this wasn't even on my radar. I didn't even know this set was around. So yeah, I'm a big enough Disney fan. I appreciate a lot of those theatrical shorts, and I'd like to think they're gonna look pretty cool on Blu-ray. Next up, The Crow. I know, this movie has been the bane of many people's existence. One of the worst films of 2024, but this was actually supposed to be part of that PR package that I unboxed in my last video. And thanks again to Bluray Dan for looking out for that, because he let me know, hey, you were supposed to receive the movie as well. I was just like, oh, shit. So Lionsgate sent this out to me, and yeah, I look forward to checking it out, giving it a fair shot. I was really finally happy to get this one, Trick or Treat, the Arrow limited edition set. Yeah, even this cover, just oozing Halloween. Everything about it looks cool. Can't wait to pop it open and check it out and see how good it looks in 4K, as well as the cool little knickknacks inside. And we got some more It's Always Sunny. I got the Christmas special, as well as what season is this? Season 6 on Blu-ray. One of the few Blu-ray releases from the show. Again, as I stated in my other videos, I don't understand why companies do this. It's not like it's a huge difference, I would imagine, pricing wise, to manufacture a Blu-ray over a DVD. I really don't think it's that huge of a difference, but I just don't get it. Like, why start and then just stop? It's gonna look really frustrating on the shelf. That's all I'll keep saying. It just sucks that only like a few seasons got a Blu-ray release, and then they just said, nah, fuck it, and they barely release any other seasons to DVD, because the later seasons are very hard to come by. So that's still kind of a bummer, but I enjoy the show a lot, and I've been wanting to revisit it. So yeah, if there is a Blu-ray version of it, that's the version that I want to buy. Then, speaking of the same issue, The League, they made up to season 4. I was really upset about finding out about that. I was just like, this one too, huh? I guess, yay. Because the rest of the series, which went up to season 7, the rest of that is just DVD releases. So, cool. That's a bit of a bummer again, but such is life. And I will just eventually pick up those DVD copies of the rest of the series when I find them. I've heard good things about this show, Legion. This cover looks spectacular. Man, look at it, awesome lenticular. I mainly got this for Aubrey Plaza. I know she had a supporting role in this. I think it lasted for a couple seasons. I'm not sure. I wanted to give it a go, though, to see if it's any good, at least the first season. And last but certainly not least, for this video, we got Cyber 6, the complete series. I remember Fox Kids had a good amount of anime for a while, and anime-inspired or adjacent shows. This show is not quite anime, but clearly it has a certain style inspired by it. These couple episodes I remember were really awesome. Visually great. I don't know why it only lasted one season. I don't know how long the comic book went for, but I remember it was visually cool back then as a kid, and I look forward to revisiting the entire show. It only lasted for, I think, like 13 episodes, I think. So I'm just happy they put this out on Blu-ray, because it was only available on DVD for a while. So happy to have this in the collection. Well, that'll do it, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I know it was a bit of a lengthy video, but if you're watching this on TikTok, please follow me via YouTube and a slew of other platforms if you want to continue to follow me, because again, I know the looming heaviness that is the TikTok ban is still very much a thing. So yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, great. Thanks for being here and subscribing and all that other stuff. But if you're on TikTok, please, if you want to continue to follow my updates and physical media and all things movies and pop culture that I talk about, and anything else I do video-wise, I would appreciate it if you did that, because again, this up in the air feeling is very anxiety inducing, and I would rather just do my best to upload in 2 different places. If this goes away, well, frustrating, I know, but at least there's YouTube for now, and then maybe another app will come around, or maybe TikTok will be saved. I really don't know. It's a very frustrating thing, and I hated to end it on this, but I really just wanted to get that point across. But thank you for watching and for staying with me, and as we start this new year on shaky ground, man, we just go forward. We just do the best we can. That's all we can ever do. Take care and be kind.